and thank you so much, all the witnesses, for gathering here today. This seems to be the next chapter of the same book, and when it comes to making this environment cleaner, healthier, and safer, but yet have affordable products. As I sat here and listened to you all talk, I wish, as we think about the permitting process, what a cost it must be to you all, and that we're throwing so much money at the permitting process. I wish parts of those monies were being used to make things more environmentally friendly or environmentally cleaning up projects. And I know, let's talk about bentonite for a second, Mr. Brown. It's a product that I've actually purchased. You'll be glad to know I just assumed all bentonite came from Wyoming. I had no idea that there was any other. But we learned today that the 20% of it comes from China. If these taxes went into place that the House is talking in their reconciliation bill, would we end up having more bentonite come in from China? How would it impact your business, you think?
Well, I believe it would have an impact, the severity of which would have to play out, depending upon whether we could pass those costs down or not. I doubt that we could pass all of them. There is 20% of what's produced in Wyoming is exported. Okay. China represents the major, they are the second largest producer in the world beyond Wyoming. And I would consider them a significant threat to some of the markets that we have. If we're not there providing the bentonite to our North American customers or our international customers, China is likely to be there right behind us.
Okay. Ms. Sweetingham, I guess my next question is for you. Whether we're shipping bentonite in from China or rare earth metals from the Congo or other countries, their mining processes they do there, plus the shipping cost, what type of environmental impact would those have compared to the mining processes here in the United States? Is it orders of magnitude, exponential? Well, how could you quantify that as, or maybe it's a range, if at all possible?
I think it would depend on the countries that are doing the mining and processing. You know, some of them, for example, maybe Canada and Australia would have very similar environmental and safety and labor standards.
Well, let's talk about China and the Congo and Central Africa.
Well, there's the ones that do not, right? So they don't have the same labor standards as we do in the United States. And if you're looking at the Congo and some of the cobalt being produced there are child labor issues that really, are pretty horrific. We've got an incredibly talented workforce here and we've got the right infrastructure. We can make we can do it right here in the U.S. We can make this happen.
Thank you. In Kansas, we've been fortunate to benefit from the NRDA restoration program. We took some previous pit mines, and it's now some of the best fishing and wildlife habitat in America, actually. What are we doing in the mining industry today better than we were 10 years ago, 20 years ago? Share your story a little bit, Ms. Sweeney. What are we doing better these days? We don't have any mining left in Kansas, but I bet there's some great stories to share.
There are incredible stories, particularly on the safety and reclamation side for U.S. mining. If you look at the number of mines that go through a whole year without a single lost time incident, it's spectacular. The reclamation awards given by the Department of Interior for both coal and hard rock mining really show how forward-thinking the industry is, creative, thinking outside of the box for what works best, not only for the environment, but for their local communities, and getting the input from their local communities about what they want to use that land for next, leaving behind important components of projects like water treatment facilities for the communities to use. But I think also environmental monitoring is a huge difference, really to prevent some of the future releases that people worry about most. There's so much more monitoring.
One more quick one. This is for for Ms. Sweeney as well. Does mining support abandoned mine cleanup and even increasing your contribution?
Absolutely. We are reasonable. We would like to talk about a reasonable royalty as well as some fees that would be dedicated to AML cleanup.
Thank you so much. I yield back.